When a man truly adores you, when he rolls out the red carpet for you, he plans dates, he invests effort and money, he spoils you, there are two parts you would have mastered. The first one is becoming a woman that he naturally wants to sow into, to nourish and to spoil. And the second part is that you have remembered your inherent value and your right to receive as the feminine. You know how to express your desires in a way that invites provision. And you know how to use your throat chakra and express your needs, your wants and desires and have men meet them to a high caliber. So let's first talk about becoming a woman that he naturally sows into. So men sow into what feels open to receiving. So if your energy says, I've got it, I don't need help, I'm fine, right? He's going to feel like there's no room for him to step in. And this is so important, ladies. No matter how accomplished you are, how much money you earn, how independent you are not too much for wanting to be spoiled. You are not too capable, too strong or smart to keep doing everything yourself. And it does not matter what it is. Opening a door, going to the pharmacy to get yourself medicine, right? Filling up your tank at the gas station, cooking yourself dinner. Just because you can do it, ladies, guess what? A man wants to come in and take that load off your shoulders. And the most important part of this that you have to remember, that it is not at a price or a cost to you. You don't need to do anything back or pay him back for his provision, for his help, for his resources, for his time and his effort that he wants to pour into you. All you have to do is smile, ladies, say thank you, be grateful and receive. Be receptive and receive. So if you notice, it's usually the overly independent women, right, who struggle to find these men. And you see women who mostly focus their time on self-care, their beauty, relaxing, being spoiled. And the only difference is the ones that get spoiled, they are not out there trying to compete with men, right? Trying to be better than men, try to show men up or try to prove that they are just as strong, as smart, as capable, right? That they can do everything themselves, right? They are stampeding through life like a hurricane. They innately have this birthright, this value that they are always provided for, that they are always chosen, they are always spoiled, and they are always pursued and loved. They are too busy doing their skincare routine, putting a hair mask on, right? Having fun getting dressed, going shopping, focusing on their interests and hobbies. So instead of being a hurricane, they are like the sun. So warm, nourishing, right? They lift the energy of everyone and everything around them. So notice the difference in how these two women walk as well. And when you start getting good at this, you can even pick out the overly independent women and the feminine ones out in public. One will walk like she is late to something, right? She's rushing. She may look super stressed. And the other one looks like she has all the time in the world. Time is on her schedule. She's like the main character. Everyone moves at her time. Everything moves at her will. And remember, ladies, there can only be one dominant masculine in the relationship, right? The greater your feminine embodiment, so your softness, your energy, your presence, your body language, the more he will rise in his masculinity. So when you show up with a soft smile, you have open posture, you have this warm tone about yourself. Instead of your arms crossed, controlling energy or in your boss mode, right? You are creating safety for him to become the provider and the protector that he wants to be. So you are soft, you're receptive, you're warm, you're in flow, right? You are in surrender mode. And he leads with direction, right? Logic, action, leadership, provision. So let's talk about your aesthetic, ladies. So it's not about being perfect or dressing for men, but presentation does matter. And you want to put something on that makes you feel sensual, feminine, right? And this will also lead into how you feel about yourself. your body language, and your energy around him. So for example, a woman in a dress is going to feel, look, and come across a different way than a woman in a baggy jersey top with distressed jeans on. Which one do you think he will feel more inspired to serve, to protect, and pursue? And I'm not here saying that you can never wear baggy clothes, sweats, be more in comfortable clothes, look more edgy, but there's a time and place for everything. But predominantly and most of the time, a woman who takes pride in her appearance, right? Her hair, her makeup, self-care, her skin, who oozes femininity, grace, elegance with what she wears, her presentation, will have men more prone to want to protect, to pursue, to spoil more, right? To want to sow into, to nourish, to pursue, to surprise. And it's the same with us ladies. When we go on a date with a man and he is looking fine, he put an effort into his outfit, his shoes, right? He's smelling good. He put on some good cologne. Immediately, we feel more pulled towards him, more attracted towards him. Another important thing to remember, ladies, is that there is a huge difference between a woman who is wearing overly revealing clothes, even though it may look feminine, but comes off cheap, sleazy, and tacky, right? Compared to a woman who still looks sensual and feminine, but is more elegant, more refined, right? It doesn't mean you can't wear dresses that make you feel sexy, but it's all about still looking respectful and high class, because you will always attract men and the treatment that they come with from the aesthetic and energy that you put out. So if you look cheap and sleazy, you will attract men that are cheap with their investment, cheap with their effort and their respect. And if you look elegant, you look beautiful, graceful, feminine, right? You wear a beautiful smile on your face, you will attract higher value men. Men who see you as wife material and a forever investment, right? Not something that he gets excited by for a couple minutes, right? Couple hours. That is a fleeting, shiny object. But someone who is unique, unforgettable, and priceless. A woman he knows that he needs to earn, who needs to gain respect from. We talked about the embodiment of becoming a woman he naturally wants to sow, to nourish, and spoil. Now it's time to use your voice. So a woman who knows how to ask is a woman who receives with ease. So again, closed mouths, ladies, do not get fed. It is not what you say, it is also the energy behind it. When you ask from doubt, from fear or control, it repels, right? You will be met with resistance. But when you ask from the combination of certainty and softness, it instead magnetizes and is received well. So I'm going to give you an example. Instead of saying, "You never help me with this. I can't ever count on you to help me. Wow, you didn't even help me with that. I had to do everything myself." Right? Compared to, "Would love your help with this. Can you help me with this? I'd love your support. Would you be able to get that for me?" It's the same task, but one feels more like a complaint. You're blaming, you're assuming the identity of a woman who isn't taken care of, right? And the other one is more like an invitation, right? Assuming the identity of men love taking care of me. They're always here to help me, right? They're always happy and glad to help and support me. Asking this way with this energy calls him more into his masculine. When a man does something for you, it can be anything, can be something really small, I want you to get into the habit of rewarding him verbally and through your energy. So the first step is giving him purpose. Whether there's an ask to do something, get something for you, fix something, pick you up something, buy you something, whatever it is, then I want you to give him a reward. So when a man provides and you show appreciation to him, right, that to him is oxygen. You are giving him something money cannot buy. The feeling of being needed, right? The feeling of being useful, right? And successful with you, right? He knows that, oh, I can make her happy. Oh, I'm doing such a good job. I am such a good provider. I am such a good protector. I'm the reason that she has a smile on her face. I am the reason that she is jumping up and down, right? So some examples include, you're so good at this. I love how you handled that, right? You make me feel so safe. That made my whole day. And when you do this, you are training his nervous system to associate pleasure, pride, and confidence with taking care of you. So I'm going to give you my favorites to use. So get your pen and paper out or write this down in your notes app on your phone. The first one is when they ask you on a date from the apps, only a high investment luxury date, of course, ladies. These are the only ones that we're accepting. So after he asks you what cuisines you like, picks the restaurant, sets up a date and time, right? You're about to confirm and reply that it works for you. You are going to say, sounds great. Would love if you could pick me up. Right? It sounds super simple. And I remember doing this work, and back then I was like, wow, that's it? Just literally asking exactly what you want and you get it? Yes, ladies, it is that simple. So usually when they plan a date, they have the venue, the restaurant, the time. Oftentimes than not, they will say, I'm happy to pick you up, or I can pick you up 30 minutes before if you are comfortable with it, right? Or whatever it is, they'll most likely offer when they plan the date. But it is a great line to use to let him know you are the type of woman who is open to being fully courted, right? The whole traditional pickup. So if you're not comfortable with that, that is okay. You can do it after a few dates if you want, or you can pick a more public place for him to pick you up than your actual address. So the second one is using the phrase, bonus points if you ... So you can insert anything after bonus points if you blank. And of course, I'm going to give you some examples. Bonus points if you send an Uber blank, and then you can add a wink. Bonus points if you pick up my favorite smoothie on the way. Bonus points if you get me that dress from the other day. Bonus points if you get me the flowers I like. Bonus points you ... and insert anything you want. So the key here is to make sure that you are doing this in a confident, very cute, very flirtatious way. And you need to build some rapport when you do this, ladies. Whether this is after a few dates or even a few weeks. But if you are really good at this and you're an advanced level even, right? You can do this on the first date in person. Can be very different through text and in person, the energy behind it. Especially if the date is really going well and you're feeling a little sassy, feeling a little flirty, right? But you have to be super confident that he is into you, right? You gotta really back yourself, ladies. I've seen women try this with zero context, zero rapport, zero confidence, and they copy and paste this through text, right? It has the opposite effect. You've got to know that you are the prize. Because when you do, he does as well. And he's going to up his game really fast. Like, ooh, I get bonus points. I can go to the next level, right? This is going to score me more brownie points. I get to really impress her. I get to be her hero. I get to make her day. This is the language of a queen, right? You are inviting chivalry. You are sparking that divine masculine within him. Would love if you picked the place. I'm in the mood for something nice. Can you take this off my plate? You're my hero, right? Can you set something up for us? I want to be swept away, right? Will you plan something I wouldn't expect? I want to feel surprised, right? I love it when you take charge. Makes me feel like I'm your girl. You are not being demanding. You are being directive, but with grace, right? You are teaching men how to treat you by how you ask and how you receive. So really listen and really feel into how I'm saying these, right? Whether you are texting these or you are saying it in person, it has to be a certain frequency, a certain embodiment. And that will get you extravagant plans made without you needing to do a thing. Decisions handled without needing to brief him, right? Or you doing it yourself. His leadership without force, right? Men who show up because they want to. No more over-explaining, right? Giant paragraphs over why he didn't do something and how that made you feel. You stop tiptoeing, feeling anxious, right? And you start receiving instead, right? You stop being treated like a queen, like a princess instead. And when you speak like a woman who expects to be adored, you will be. Again, if you ask for something and there's an ounce of doubt, right? You flinch, it sounds half convicted, these won't work, right? These words don't work if your energy does not match. And you can say all the right lines, ladies, but if deep down you are scared that he won't choose you, right? Or you are asking for too much, or you are trying to perform feminine energy, he will feel it. He will smell it from a mile away. And it's so important you remember this, ladies. Your energy, your self-worthiness, your self-love for yourself, right? Your birthright to being chosen, pursued, spoiled, right? This invites provision. So again, 2 parts to this. Number 1, becoming a woman that he naturally wants to sow into, to nourish, to spoil. You are receptive, you are feminine. The second thing, high inherent self-worth and value. You know how to express your desires in a way that invites provision, like we talked about. You are a woman who has already decided that she's always adored. She's always cherished and prioritized. And ladies, have him roll out the red carpet, not because you force him to, but because you finally remembered that you deserve it. And if you'd like to learn how to become a woman men worship and ready to wife up, ready to fully embody love, devotion, and self-respect, so men are drawn to mirror that energy back to you, you want to command attention naturally, and you are ready to attract a partner that shares the same vision that you have, who talks legacy, family, right? And is not interested in years of boyfriend and girlfriend limbo, but actually ready to get down on one knee and to propose to you and get married. A man that acts in alignment with his values, right? He respects the value that you are, and he's ready to create and build the most incredible life with you. I invite you ladies to join the Modern Aphrodite. So I've had so many women join this course months and months ago because they got so much value from the Pursued One and Done portion of my Dream Girl Academy, which by the way, I have decided to add inside the Modern Aphrodite as pre-work before the course launches. So I'll post some testimonials up on the screen here, and the Modern Aphrodite course will take this 10 notches even higher. You will learn how to become unforgettable, right? Irreplaceable. How to master the alchemy of your light and your dark feminine, right? The art of blending softness, warmth, and openness with the mystery, with depth, and that magnetic allure. How to set uncompromising standards that command respect, devotion, pursuit. Knowing exactly what to say in delicate situations so you remain poised and confident and always integral to your values and standards. You understand why courtship is essential for building lasting devotion and deep emotional connection, and how to use this phase to set the tone for a committed and aligned relationship. Right? How to effortlessly receive like a goddess, right? Without any guilt, over-explaining, or feeling undeserving, which I know a lot of you ladies struggle with. How to step into your wife era, right? Embody the characteristics of a loving, supportive wife and future mother. Stepping into the role of a woman ready to build a life, ready to build a family and legacy with the right man. We talk about how to master emotional regulation to remain grounded and loving in relationship challenges. How to discern true husband material, right? Identifying real providers who align with your vision of family, of partnership and legacy. Gain clarity on the values and qualities that matter most to you. And very important, how to spot, right, the signs of a man's readiness to commit, and how to make it clear that you are not here to settle for just being a girlfriend, but to step fully into the role of a wife, right? And how to master powerful communication codes to ensure that conversations naturally lead to deeper connection, devotion, and lasting commitment. The Modern Aphrodite launches December 22nd. So this is the perfect Christmas gift to yourself, to truly invest in your love life and to up-level your self-worth, to up-level your communication skills and drop more into your feminine, right? And really step into your most magnetic queen era. So the course is currently at pre-sale at $997 pay in full, or of 4 monthly payments of $267, and it will double investment the 17th of November, right? And then it will go up to early bird price then. So I highly recommend you invest now if you missed out on pre-sales, which was an even lower investment. And as you ladies know, the faster and earlier you enroll, I always give you an even bigger investment incentive. And you will also get instant access to my Quantum Activations and Superhuman membership when you enroll inside of the Modern Aphrodite or any of my other courses in 2025. So the sooner you enroll, the longer time you have inside the memberships up until the very last day of 2025. And for my girlies who want access to everything in my product suite, you are ready to skyrocket and up level your life in every single pillar in your personal, in your business, in your love life. You can enroll inside of Her Year, where you get to binge every single course, every single membership, together with 4 private coaching sessions with me, and the same bonus with the sooner you enroll, the longer you have inside of Her Year. So you will get all of 2025 and then all of 2026 inside. So you will get an extra 2 months plus 12 months if you enroll right now. And another time-sensitive offer is Exit the Matrix. So if you missed out on other pre-sales, this is the last course that is currently in pre-sale. So Exit the Matrix is currently a quarter of the full investment it will be next year in 2026. So I'd get in now if your eye has been on that. All the links are down below together with more information about each offer. I hope you ladies have a fun, safe, and exciting Halloween this week. And I'll see you inside my next video. Bye.